Do you crave more? More aliveness, more fun, more pleasure, more power, more purpose. Welcome to Yes Woman, the show for women who know you are here for more. I'm Carin Rockind, CEO of the Institute of Women. With my master's degree in positive psychology, I have helped tens of thousands of women say yes to their biggest dreams and truest desires. Here we have real conversations to stop pretending and to start saying what we want. Yes to the dreams we've delayed. Yes to the voice you've quieted. Yes to the wealthy, healthy, sexy life we crave. Yes, woman, welcome to the show.
Hello, hello. I have the best gift for you today. So 5 years ago, I had my baby, and pregnancy was a challenge in itself, that it even felt like, well, when I could just get on the other side of pregnancy, I'll be okay. Right? My child almost died. I had this pregnancy condition. And then, of course, I'm holding this tiny thing. Actually, at the time, he was in the NICU. But once they send him home with me, I mean, it's pretty cliche to say, like, they don't come with instruction manual. And of course, he's my only one. So everything that happens, I'm like, wait, is this the right? Like, is he okay? Is he okay? And then I find myself by 3 years old, I'm that mom that in the middle of the night, I'm literally Googling, will my child be a psychopath? Right? Because he wouldn't potty train, even into 4. And I had to like fight him, or sometimes he would bite me, or even like now he wants to, like, every time I say no, he wants to push against me. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I going to be in trouble? Am I going to be in trouble? Like, what is happening? What is happening? Is my child a psychopath? Right? No, I can step back and know I'm actually a really great mom. And thank goodness I have a parenting coach. And some of you may never have heard of a parenting coach. Be like, what is that? Well, here's the thing. The most important, precious gift in my life is my son. And since he didn't come with an owner's manual, I wanted to go to the person who knows kids in and out and can help me be the best mom that I can be. And so today for you, I am bringing you the most incredible parenting coach on the planet. The woman who I have in my own back pocket, who when I'm having those Google searches and I'm going a little bit out of my mind and just like wanting to celebrate, like, listen to this, or what did you think of this parenting strategy? I've got her. Let me introduce you to Lara Dawn. You're going to love this woman. Lara, in addition to being my parenting coach, Lara was a teacher for 25 years. She taught special ed. She taught kindergarten. Feeling so moved by the experience, and then having her own 2 kids who were diagnosed with ADHD and needing to figure out all the strategies, what do I do? She became so passionate about kids with ADHD and how do we parent them? What does that look like? She went on then to learn various techniques that give you rapid relief in tapping. We'll talk about those things. She went on to get her coaching certification. And now she has this incredible movement, the ADHD Village. And my kid is 5.5. I have no idea if he has ADHD or not. That's not even the point. The point is that every child has their own unique stuff. And having you in my back pocket is a gift. And so I wanted you all to have her in your back pocket. And that is what this episode is all about. So Lara, welcome to Yes Woman.
Wow, that was the most beautiful, beautiful introduction. I have tears in my eyes. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here. This is like a dream to be on your podcast.
I mean, for both of us, because you walking into my life has been a gift. So literally this morning, I talked to one of my best friends. She lives on the East Coast. I live here. We haven't been able to catch up for a little while. And so she asked, how's Shay? How's my son? I'm like, he's great. And here she's like, well, you were dealing with this challenge or that last challenge. And I gave her some perspective. She's like, whoa. I'm like, I know. She said, I don't think I would have thought of that one, because it was about me transferring my own crap onto him. And she's like, I don't think I would have thought of that. I'm like, well, I didn't. This is all my coach. She's taught me to really look at. So let's take a step back, Lara. And let's really look at, I would love to hear, why are you so passionate about moms? Because the program I'm in is called Warrior Mamas. Like, you're really about the mom. So let's really start there.
Okay. Well, I'm a mom. Like, that to me is like, I've got 2 humans that call me mom, and there's no greater gift in the world. Like, I'm getting teary-eyed already. We've just started. Yeah, my biggest passion,
Tissues, please.
like, the most important thing in my world is my 2 sons. And I've always wanted to be a mom. I was a little girl who played with dolls, and I played school, and I was a teacher before I had kids, and I always called my students my kids. Like, everything about being a mom, I just love so much. And then God gave me these 2 little boys with ADHD plus, plus, plus. Even though I was a special education teacher with a ton of tools, I was finding being a mom really, really hard, to say the least. Like, moments where I was like on my living room floor in tears, crying, like, I can't do this anymore. And I couldn't understand, like, why? Like, why is this so hard? I can manage a classroom full of kids with all sorts of different needs, no problem. But why is it so hard with my own kids? And it took a lot of, go ahead.
Oh no, I want to hear. And then
Okay, yeah. So it took a lot of like soul searching and figuring things out, and really understanding that my kids' behaviors were not a reflection of me as a mom or as a human. So, they push and shove on the playground, they fight with each other, they throw something across the room, they talk back to the teacher, like, whatever it is, that it didn't mean I was a bad mom, I was doing a bad job parenting. Like, it didn't mean that I didn't know what I was doing, which I was worried about because I'm a teacher, I'm in charge of other people's kids. I hope I know what I'm doing. It meant my children had a dysregulated nervous system. It meant my children were still learning skills. And with ADHD, it just takes a little bit longer, and that's okay. But I was taking everything so personally and making it about me, whether I knew I was doing it or not. But I was constantly feeling like a failure, constantly feeling overwhelmed and beating myself up. And that was the energy my kids were absorbing from me. And that wasn't the place I wanted to parent from. So fast forward a few years after I did a whole bunch of work, and the work was on myself, understanding about how my brain works and how my nervous system works, and letting myself feel feelings. And just by working on myself, I noticed this huge dynamic shift in the home. My children were getting along with each other better. So I wasn't doing any parenting strategies, and their relationship was improving with each other. And it was because of the work I was doing with myself. And so that's when I had this aha, like, if this makes my life so much easier for me, my family, my kids, I want to help other moms do the same thing, because I can't go back in time to that younger version of me, but I can reach out to other moms who are going through the same hard stuff and make their life a whole lot easier.
Right. Okay. So, so beautiful. You all can see why I trust my momming with Lara, right? But I can just imagine the pressure of being a special ed and kindergarten teacher. And then you have these 2 kids of your own. Everybody probably thinks, oh, Lara's got it figured out. Lara's going to be the best mom. Lara, blah, blah. And you are. And like, it's so different when it comes to our own, right? So it's like I have this picture of you with your 22 kids that are in your kindergarten class, and everything's like swimming, everyone's singing row, row, row your boat. And then at home, you're like, oh my God, what am I going to, And I think this is true for any of us, that we can be the most like have it together in our careers, and then like there's Legos everywhere at home, and like our kid won't listen to us, and we can't get them to like brush their teeth, and we're Googling in the middle of the night, is my kid going to be a psychopath? And so it's like we can have it's a totally different experience. It's a totally different experience. And what you just said about the mom is so true, because when there is a horrible situation where someone, does take, let's say, they do something terrible, they murder another person, they go into a school, whatever it might be. People say, where was the mother?
Mm-hmm.
What did the mother do? Did the mother, like, there's so much on us, even from in utero, right? Like, I remember reading, if you have anxiety when your baby's in utero, I'm like, I have a pregnancy condition. That leads to stillbirth. Not to mention, I'm someone who I've run high anxiety. Like, that's like, it's something I work with all the time. I'm breathing, I'm meditating, I'm doing my priestess work. And so there's just a lot of pressure on moms. And so you saying we're not to blame is huge and really counters that whole concept, right?
Yeah, I really believe every human does the best that they can with the energy, the resources, the knowledge they have. Of course you love your child. Of course you're doing the best that you can. And you're human too. You're going to lose it sometimes. You're going to not know what to do sometimes. You're going to be asking Dr. Google for help. Like, we're human. And it's so important to take care of your human, because really, like, that's the best thing that you can do for your child and for you.
Right? In positive psychology, I learned this called social emotional contagion. Of course, you're in my women's positive psychology class, and you've studied so much of this before too. This social emotional contagion, that our emotions have impact, right? Up to 3 degrees of separation. But even like saying this, then I'm like, oh, that just puts more pressure, more blame on the mom. Like, well, if you're in a bad mood, now your kids are going to be in a bad mood. If you're right. And like, what we really want to do is to take the pressure off of the mom, that she gets to be human. Right. And this is something I love about you have a love you parenting method that you teach in all of your things. If you want to share how it starts, like what that first step is, because it really is about you as the mom.
Yeah. So love you is an acronym. Teachers love acronyms. Use at the end of the acronym, but we want to deliberately grab that you and put it to the very front of love you. You comes first. You as the mama, you need to, they always say you have to put your own oxygen mask on first. Take care of yourself first. Yeah. Love yourself first.
Like, every mom hears that. But like, how do we actually do it? You know
what
I mean?
Yeah. So I don't want to just say self-care. And actually, in your women's positive psychology, we talked about self-love and what that means and what that looks like. So that could mean like giving yourself the same compassion and kindness that you would give to your best friend. It means, giving yourself a couple of minutes just to take a few deep breaths. What do I need in this moment before I go and try to fix all the problems and take care of everybody? Like, what do I need? Because I'm a human too. And we can't just keep giving and giving if we're not putting into ourselves. So I'm actually going to invite everyone who's listening right now just to take a moment and maybe place a hand on your heart and one hand on your womb. And can you say something kind to yourself? Maybe it's something you like about yourself, or something that you do really well, or maybe you want to thank yourself for something as simple as getting up this morning and putting breakfast on the table. Like, say something kind to yourself. We're always so kind to everyone around us, but take a moment just to be kind to yourself, and notice too, like, is it hard for you to do? Is it hard for you to say something nice to yourself?
Yep. Doing this with so many women, I know so many women do have a hard time saying something nice. It's why we continue to do the Yes Women podcast. It's why we continue to do the work. It's why I want you all in my W program. It's why I want you, because I want you to not only not have a hard time saying something kind to yourself, but that it's part of your running dialogue. And I want to tell you, what just came to me in doing that, thank you for that, because I hadn't paused on this yet, was this morning I actually said something to my son I regretted, which was like basically about taking a snack away. And then I paused, we're driving to school, and I said, Mommy, sorry. That wasn't, sometimes mommies make mistakes, and that wasn't the right response. And so I really am proud of myself for like very quickly hearing, well, I'm going to take your snack away, right? Like, I'm going to take away, because I put a special snack. I put a chocolate in his lunch today, which I never do. We're in the middle of Passover and he can't eat normal school lunch. So I'm going to take your chocolate away, right? Like, it was, I don't know who came into my head at that moment. But I'm really being kind to myself about it, because I'm human. I'm permission to be human. And myself for apologizing.
I love this story. I love that you shared this. There's actually so much power in that repair and in that apology, and modeling for your child that I'm not perfect all the time. I make mistakes. I'm going to own it and apologize for it, and talk to you about it, and acknowledge that how that maybe made you feel, and that I want to try things another way. And I love that you didn't beat yourself up for it, because so many of the women I work with are beating themselves up. I was one of them, constantly beating myself up for things.
Yes. Okay. I am a recovering beat myself upper. Like, we should have a club, right? So it's just because I've done so much work around this, right? Like, that's all, because I've done so much work around this, and because I have you in my back pocket. But I didn't message you about it this morning, because I already was like, I know what I'm doing here. I'm projecting my own stuff, that if he's talking to me this way. So I want to go back to that, because you were saying that what we really do is we take it to mean I'm a bad mom if our child has some sort of behavior. And I'm just curious, like, what's your own story? Because there you are, a kindergarten teacher, special ed teacher, and you've got these two boys who've been diagnosed with ADHD, and it's not the diagnosis, it's whatever was happening. Like, did you have like a, oh, fuck moment?
I had years of those moments. Years.
Everybody was like, okay, this woman totally gets me. She's like totally normal. She gets me. Like, okay. What was just your biggest one?
You asking that, like, I can feel the heat rising in my face, the heat of like shame. And just pick one story. How do I pick just one? I'll pick, there's two playground ones that really stand out. I'll just pick one. Okay. This is one of my favorite stories.
Yeah, it's your time, baby. Everybody would like to hear as many stories as you want to give, so they can go, oh my God, it's not just me. Right? So this is like a huge thing. Oh my God, it's me.
My kids were around 3 and 5, 3.5, 5.5. And I decided to take them to the park by myself. 2 children to the park all by myself without a second adult. So we were living in this world where we had to have, be within arm's reach of our kids, even though they're old enough that they could, play without you staring at them. But anyway, so we had this rule that the boys were on their bikes and I was running along beside them. And the rule was, like, when you get to a fire hydrant, that's when you have to stop and wait for me to catch up. And so often kids with ADHD or neurodiversities are often rule followers, and they want to like enforce like what's right. And so not always, but some. So my oldest got to the fire hydrant first. He got off his bike, he stopped, and he waited for me exactly like he was supposed to. My youngest, with inattentive ADHD, probably didn't even clue in that there was a fire hydrant there. So he kept going. Well, my oldest like grabbed him off his bike and threw him to the ground. So this is the story before we even get to the park story. And I was like, oh gosh, my mother's head was in my voice, because she said to me, oh, you're going to the park all by yourself? Yes. So anyway, we sorted it out and continued on to the park, but I was already getting like, oh God, we've got to cross a big road, and what's going to happen? And
right.
So again, my rule,
yeah,
my rule follower was at the top of the slide, and a kid was climbing up the slide. Well, we have a rule: feet first down the slide.
Oh no.
You
This
know
is
the
one of my
rule.
pet peeves. No.
Wait, what? Your pet peeve is rules at the park or breaking the
No.
rule?
Climbing up the slide.
Yes.
No. I love breaking rules. Climbing up the slide, because if you have a little one, right, like that's this big collision that can happen. It's not about the rules.
Yes.
Please break the rules. But
And as a
that is
teacher too,
just
like we have rules at school.
right.
Yeah. Okay. So
Right.
this kid's climbing up the slide. My son's at the top, ready to come down. He knows the rule. Feet first down the slide, up the stairs. So he shoves the kid down. Like, get down. You have to go down. Well, the mother, oh my goodness, did she like tear a strip off of me? Like, just how could I let my kid behave like that? And and did I know what I was doing? And la 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 la. Like, she just really like, and I went through many experiences like that. My kid pushed your kid broke the rule, but my kid's evil.
Right. Oh, mama.
And yeah, after she like tore her strip off of me, I was like, well, actually, like I am a special education teacher, but thank you. She's trying to tell me like I needed to get thank you. And I was like in tears.
Oh my gosh. This had to be like your worst nightmare coming true.
You know, it
Or
was
one
like
of them, I don't know.
it was the judgment from other people, like whether it was true judgment or not. And lots of times it was true judgment. And it was like random strangers or the parents of the kids that my kids were interacting with, like telling me there's something wrong with your kids. You're not doing it right. What the heck? And I just want to say,
wait, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something wrong with your kid.
Yes.
You're not doing it right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what that does to a mom? I just actually
God.
Yeah.
Ow.
I just talked to a mom today, and she was saying similar kinds of things. She said, you know, she explains to her parents what's going on. Her parents are telling her, well, you don't have enough boundaries. You don't have enough structure. You need to do this. She told me she talked to the doctor. The doctor was basically saying you need to like, you know, take this and that. And then she's feeling like the teachers at school are judging her. And like, this is like crushing for a mama who loves her children more than anything in the world. This is the most sacred job, most sacred role in life. And to be judged by other people that you're not doing it right. And there's something wrong with your child. Don't you see this? And why aren't you fixing it?
Right. Which really, we do enough of that in our own head. Right. I mean, like, we're already doing that in our head. We don't need someone else reflecting it. And really what's happening there is they're reflecting our deepest fear that, oh, I'm not doing it right.
Yes.
And then right? And it does, it brings a light onto something that we're already ashamed of. And then when, as women, and we have this like good girl wanting to be others' approval, you know, be nice. What we're working toward as a yes woman is just being like, fuck them. Their opinion doesn't matter to me. Right. Like, who do they think that they are? But the truth is we're humans and we're social animals. And so we want to belong. And so that's what's happening. And what I love is like, so you created a group, Warrior Mamas, so that we know we're not alone. Like, all right, those moms are judging us out there, but like in here, we're like, yeah, we get it.
And I bet you the moms are judging because they're judging themselves too, and they're feeling all that stuff too. Like, we're all human. We're all.
Right. And if I'm honest, like, I want to say that I've been sitting here having this conversation, like, those judgy moms, but I can think of one example. We were in Italy. Shay was 2.5. We were in a playground. We don't speak the language. And he was playing with a toy, right? And then these other boys come and they're speaking Italian. I don't know. And they take the toys and they're playing and then they won't let him play. Well, I start getting so angry. I'm like, where are these parents? Where are these parents? Right? Like, and it is. I would have loved a parent to come up and say to them in Italian, share your toys. I would. I really would have, you know, but I can see that I went from a desire to a judging, right? And like, maybe their parents were having a bad day. Maybe their parents like have told them, today you don't have to share your toys because you've been sharing them so much. I'm trying to respect your boundaries, right? But I did in that moment, I was a judgy mom. I'm sorry, Italian moms. I don't know how to say I'm sorry in Italian, but I am apologizing to you from here because I can see it and I get it. It's so differently, right? So yeah, there's, and so having a safe space to share those things. That's why having you in my pocket, literally like texting with my thumbs, right? Like, Lara, is this normal? Is this, because we don't know, and we're already judging ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most profound things, there's several things I want to share about you. You and I met because you came to Woman Rising Live last year. And it's a room of, like 100 women. And I didn't, I don't think you had spoken the whole time. And then you and I spoke on a break. And I had known about you because you are one of my clients parenting, several of my clients actually parenting coach. So I'd always heard, Lara, my mom coach, Lara. Lara's like, this Lara. And then I saw you register to come to the event. I was like, oh, I'm so honored. Like this famous Lara is coming to my event. And I was a little nervous. Like, oh my God, I hope Lara likes me, But like, so you show up, and I don't hear from everybody at the event. People, get on the mic. And then you and I had a private moment. And I was committed that everybody was going to get a moment that weekend. And so we were in a section around purpose. And like, what is your higher calling? Why are you here? What is the thing that your soul like came here to do or to say, to be? And I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I remember bringing you forward, and I think maybe somebody was crying about being a mom. Something happened. And I brought you to that woman, something, and you said, what'd you say? Tell everybody what you said.
You are the perfect mama for your child.
Well, all of a sudden that woman starts bawling. It was like exactly what she needed to hear after, I don't remember if her child was 10 or 15 or 20, but after beating herself up and feeling like she didn't do a good enough job. Well, then the woman next to her wants to hear it too. Mm-hmm. So Lara goes to the woman next to her. And she says again,
you are the perfect mama for your child.
Well, now we all get tears in our eyes. And every woman in the room who is a mom, I said, how many of you are moms? Okay. And the majority, I don't. And how many of you would like Lara? I mean, they're clamoring. Everybody, pick me next, me next, me next. So she goes, I want to paint this picture for you. We're standing in what I call a circlish, when you can't make like a perfect circle, like, right? But we're standing basically in a circle. And Lara goes mom to mom. You look them in the eyes, and then you started making it personal. Mm-hmm. How many children do you have? I've got 3. You say, you are the perfect mama for your children. Then women start telling you, I've got 2 angel babies because they had miscarriages or they lost a child. Well, can you even imagine, Lara, the amount of healing that you did by validating the woman? I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. It was like, whoa. I mean, that was the moment I knew I was going to hire you. No, I knew it. Because you really, I don't know everyone who comes to this event. Everybody, by the way, get ready. The event's coming back in November.
Yes.
I definitely want to be there. So good. Laura will be there. I'll be there. Like, you have to go. I don't even know if Laura's coming. I just told her she's coming.
Of course I'm coming.
Yay! Yeah, we have to. So it's like, it was just such a profound shift. Like, you healed. I know some of those moms, and I know that some of them have struggled. They've got kids in their 20s that they wish that they had done things differently. You healed decades. You healed generations. It was profound. And that's it, is I think that's what you really help a mom. And it's like, how do we the whole idea of being a yes woman and saying yes to ourselves, the place where we often say no to ourselves, we say yes to our kids and say no to ourselves, right? Like, yes, I'll drive you, even though, that was my precious time to take this course or to read my book or to take a bath or to whatever, right? Like, okay, yes, I wanted to go on a girls trip, but in terms of finances, okay, you want to go skiing instead, I'll pay for your ski lessons. I see moms self-sacrifice all the time and not say yes to themselves, and so that they can say yes to their children. And then in that moment, you gave so much healing. So I want to just really recognize that.
Thank you.
You're so incredible.
And I hadn't said, I'm fairly quiet in events like that, and I hadn't said anything into the microphone. So many people were talking and singing into the microphone, and you have such a magical way of seeing into people's souls when you look at them. And you had said to me, like, what is the message that's coming through? Like, and I had to say yes to listening into my intuition and allowing that, even though I felt shy and nervous to speak in the microphone in front of all those people. You gave me like the comfort and the confidence so that I could say yes to myself and listen to that message that came through. I didn't plan what I was going to say. It was listening to my intuition. And yeah, it was a magical experience to connect with every woman there.
It was incredible. And from that moment, I'm like, Lara, you need a podcast. Like,
yes.
You're going to be on stages. There are so many people like that need you, especially with adult diagnosis of ADHD, anyone who is a parent or a caregiver in any way. And we're going, am I fucking this up? Am I doing it right? How do I keep my own sanity? Right. So there's a few topics now I want to get into. Oh, and I'm aware of the time. Okay. So one is how do we strike that balance of being a yes to ourselves, which means we're going to have to say no to our kids sometimes without the guilt?
That's a great question. It really is, because that's something I have had to work through, the guilt, right? And I want to say yes to my kids for everything.
Right.
Everything, because I want them to have everything. And I think what that comes to is that we are naturally wanting to seek joy and comfort and pleasure and avoid pain and discomfort and all the things. And it feels very uncomfortable for us when our children are uncomfortable, upset, anxious, worried, mad, angry, frustrated, all the things. So we are more likely to want to say yes to them, so they're avoiding those yucky feelings.
Right. And so that we avoid it, because it feels like, I just took my son to SeaWorld for the second time in 1 week because we had spring break, right? Yay, season pass, huge fan. And I got him, I paid for 4 of those games where you're definitely going to lose. You know what I mean? Where you pick a ducky out, like it's set up for you to lose.
Yeah.
And of course, then he wants the 5th one. And then I feel like, I'm cheap. I'm teaching him like he can't have what he wants. Like, it's so hard because I do feel I want him to have everything, and I feel like it's a reflection of me. If I just had $1 billion, I would get him every game, but I shouldn't, because I still want to teach him.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's so right. It's really a thing, isn't it?
It is. And those moments that are uncomfortable for us, those are our greatest lessons if we're able to feel into them and look for the lesson, because there's something deeper. This is where I think that kids are more than just our greatest teachers. Like, they are here to evolve us, literally. And those hard times that they help us to go through, that's an opportunity for us to expand as humans and heal, like, patterns that are no longer serving us, generational patterns. So we get to look at those difficult times, and then we get to choose how we want to move forward. And it's easier to be able to choose when you're in this place where you feel good, where you're regulated, where you've been taking care of you, and not just saying yes to everybody else and not you. So saying yes to you is so important.
Right, because when you keep every time you say no to yourself, I almost think of it like one of my friends once described it as a flower. And each time you say no to yourself, you're like picking off a little petal until there's like no petals or you're a limp flower. And I think of it like, like a full bank or like a full tub of water. And each time you say no to yourself, drip, drip, drip. And so when it comes time that you need to actually say no to your kids, you're resentful for them asking. You shouldn't be asking for another game. I already got you 4 games. I'm taking that snack away from you. Like you don't get the chocolate anymore. So this is why it's so important to be resourced, to feel full, so that we are able to stay grounded in those moments. And this is so, so, so big. This guilt thing, this mom guilt thing, like, I think if we can solve this one, we would get a Nobel Prize.
And it's something you can't solve logically. Like, you have to get into your body to solve that one. Yeah.
How do you do that?
I use tapping, and I also use my W tools to get into my body.
Okay, let's talk about all those things. So for those who are, and I'm looking at time, I'll just have to have Lara back, or you have to just join her ADHD Village online. She has an incredible membership. We're going to tell you how to get all the things, but I'm in her Warrior Mamas program. If you want to come hang with me and other amazing moms there, like, it is so worth it. It is so worth every penny and more, because you think about how much you spend in therapy, or how much you're going to spend for your therapy, your kids' therapy, all these therapies. And I'm not against therapy. I'm a huge therapy fan, but like, for me to have you in my back pocket and to be learning is now. And there are women in that group, their kids are every age, right? So I think I have the youngest at 5.5, all the way up to a woman who's got, I think, a 20-year-old who's like, and still, how do I show up now as the mom that my child needs? As like, how do I guide her now? And so it's so important. And you have a membership. We'll do all those things. Love You Parenting membership, so important. But these tools you were saying, so the tapping, right? Tapping is really big. And then you said the W tools, which people might not even know what that is. So the W is my signature program for you to stop the patterns of that are within you that came from patriarchal control. Stop the patterns of pleasing. Stop the patterns of self-abandoning. Stop the patterns of beating yourself up. And instead, to create the life that you will fucking love. Right? So W is this incredible transformation. It's this like rocket ship to you being that woman that you've always wanted to be, and that is inside of you, to you literally creating the life of your dreams. And so that's what W is. And I had this great honor. Lara joined W. She actually joined W before, and she joined Extraordinary, which is the highest level, before I hired her as my parenting coach, even though I knew I was going to. So
I'd love to share the story of that.
Okay, go for it.
I was looking for some sort of like just a little weekend away, and 2 of my Warrior Mamas said that they were going to Karina's Women Living Rise in Philadelphia. I thought, oh, cool, that sounds fun. And I had never been on a plane away from my kids before, so this was a big adventure. It was like a 1-hour
and her
plane
kids
ride.
Are teenagers,
yes,
right? So she's never been away from her kids. Before. And this is I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. And so I'm the kind of person who loves to research to every minute detail. Like, I love researching before I go somewhere because it fills me up with excitement and joy. But for some reason with Karina, like, I didn't want to listen to the podcast. I didn't want to learn anything about it. I had heard from 2 people who I trust that she is incredible and I will love her. So I was like, okay, I'll trust you. But I wanted to form my own opinion and be like in Karina, the Karina-verse, and form my own idea. Anyway, I was just mesmerized by everything about you, Karina. Like your beauty, your energy, the way you like welcome people, the welcoming. Oh my goodness. Like I couldn't believe the welcome to the event. Like all your women helpers were, what are they called? The W crew
Queen
or
team,
Queen team? Oh yes. Queen team.
which you are now on.
Yes. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Oh my goddess. But yeah, like they were all wearing these beautiful matching shirts and they were like hugging me. Hello. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting a hug and when you're raising children who have special needs, neurodivergent, invisible disabilities, whatever it is, you can feel very lonely, very outcasted. Often parents lose friends and connections with family. So for me to walk in that room and just get all these hugs and it was just incredible. Anyway, I like listened to everything Karina said, and she has, as you know, we are on her podcast. She has such a beautiful way of telling stories and explaining things and connecting. And I love hearing about the research and the science behind things. And the thing that I love the most about you, Karina, is the way you looked into my eyes and you saw me. And I saw you do this with every person in the room that you connected with in different ways, but you made this real personal connection. And I knew at the end of the event, you would be offering some extraordinary, wonderful way to work with you. And I thought, I already have coaches. I've already done all the programs. I don't need anything. But when I met Karina, I was like, I don't care what she's offering. I want it all. Everything. And then I heard about extraordinary and there was only 3 places. And I was like looking around the room at all the women. I was like, how do I get one of those spots? And it was the best decision I ever made.
Oh my gosh. Wow, the best decision you ever made.
I said yes to myself. I said yes to myself.
What did saying yes to yourself do for you?
That's like it. Saying yes to myself has led me to say yes and yes and yes again and again. And it helps me to realize like my value. I matter. Like I'm a child of God too. Child of God, universe, mother nature, spirit, like whatever you believe in. When I hear about criminals who've done horrible things, I try to imagine them when they were a child. Like if they were a child in my kindergarten classroom, like I believe like all people are good, all people are worthy. So why doesn't that include me? And mamas listening, I'm sure you have that feeling sometimes too. So yeah, so saying yes, it was like a practice of, well, this is how I say yes to myself. And that like allowed me to step into my power and offer what I'm offering out into the world, like to be a stronger leader for the mamas that I help and a stronger leader for my children. But it started by saying yes to myself. So thank you, Karina.
Oh my gosh. You're welcome. I mean, isn't it interesting? It's something as quote unquote simple as saying yes to yourself, but that's so challenging because as women, we've been told not to. We've been told the sacrificial mother is the best mother, the one who gives up herself. And it's like you, and the yes was a feeling. Like logically, I know it made no sense, right? I was like, yeah, you just came to Philly. Now you're going to come to Cancun. Right? It's like, well, how am I going to do 5? I could barely do this. Like, how am I going to do 5 days and then yes, you came to Cancun, right? And W has a retreat in Cancun and like the expansion there. And then you're in Cancun and you're like, I think I want to hold my own retreat. And then in a matter of a few months, you held your own retreat for moms in Cancun. Right? And the moms are like, this was the best experience of my life. So like you said, that one yes to the next yes to the next yes. You'd been wanting to start a certification, a coaching certification. In the last year you did. Now you're going to start your podcast. It's like we're so used to saying no to ourselves. Wow. So is that what made it the best decision?
And honestly, like any opportunity to be in your magic, like when whenever there's something new that you've created, like I don't need to like read the page that describes it or go to the master classes. Like, yep, just sign me up.
Sign me up. Just sign me up. I love it. I love it, and I'm grateful.
Yeah, you are really magical. You have such a gift of seeing people. And so many times we don't see ourselves. We're buried under layers of guilt and shame and all the things. And to have someone in your corner who sees you to help you see yourself, literally, like you hold up that mirror so people can see themselves. It's so freeing.
And now to see, like, your kids are now seeing a mom who is free, who is taking care of herself. You're about to go on family vacation. That's a new thing for you.
It is. I mean, we've gone on vacations, but we always, and it's been fantastic. We always go with one or like one of the sets of grandparents and with cousins and everything. But we've never gone on a trip where we got on a plane and went just the four of us. So I'm like so excited. 9 days of sleeping in the same hotel room. Like I'm so excited. It's like a big slumber party.
Oh my gosh. What a gift. And it's like, this is it, the one yes to the next yes. And that's why when, it's like when I feel guilty, because I travel a lot, right? I run retreats around the world and I speak and, all over. And so when I get on a plane, which is more than most moms do, I could feel recently, because my son started to say something about it, a tiny twinge of like, I shouldn't, but here's the truth. If I said no to that part of me that loves taking women on retreats, if I said no to that part of me, I need girls' weekends. The last plane I got on was simply a girls' weekend. I wasn't teaching anybody. I wasn't being paid for it. I wasn't, right? If I said no to speaking at organizations and companies all over the world, which is one of my favorite things, and it juices me up so much. And when I take you all and I'm with 15 or 20 women in Cancun and we're all so close and we're connected and we're like in our power and we're standing on our chairs and we're crying and you're doing photo shoots, of us in the ocean. And like when if I don't have those experiences, actually make me an exceptional mother.
Yes.
Because those experiences, I feel full. And if I said, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I don't do every single little thing, but like he would be getting a half alive mother, a half lit mother. And I don't want him to have that. I want him to have a fully lit mother. And I want him to fully understand that when I say to him, baby, the world is your oyster. You get to fulfill every dream. I want him to know, yes, I do. Okay. I thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So, but you are helping me so much. And this is what I love about our world is you came to my event, you became one of my clients. I got to know you and your work. Same. I had heard from these women who were clients, how amazing you were. So as soon as you said you were going to do another round of Warrior Mamas, we were in Cancun. I said, here's my credit card, take it right now. And this is what I love, that there's no hierarchy. Right? It's like when it comes to being in our power and our purpose, I'm usually coaching you. When it comes to being parent, you're coaching me. But actually, I love our parenting coaching. The last thing I brought to you was like trusting the universe and trusting God. It had nothing to do with parenting. And you've been beautifully helping me with that, or helping me see a place within my own. I thought we were talking at first about Shay's anxiety, and it flipped into my anxiety that I've carried. And so you're just a really exceptional coach, Lara.
Thank you.
You said one more thing where I know we're way over, but hopefully it's okay. I do want to say, you said that parenting, they evolve us. And I think this is so important, because you do have a theory of the evolved brain. And maybe we could just spend a minute before we get into the yes round.
Okay. Yeah. Parenting is the most spiritual experience. And our kids are here to awaken us. And just like we were talking about, like where there's these challenges that come up and, our guilt and our saying no, like if we give into those things, then we're going to stay the way we are. But if we're able to open ourselves up and look at how we can take these opportunities for growth for our kids and for us, because you saying to Shay, I am getting on a plane because I'm going to go see the world and do my thing and do what lights me up. And he doesn't want you to go because he wants his mommy, but he sees mommy's doing what she loves. So he's building resilience. He's holding the space for that no. And he's trusting that mom will come back. It's okay if I don't, it's okay for her to say no. And mom always comes back. And so there's like our kids are giving us this opportunity to grow and learn if we're willing to listen. And the things that are triggering us about our kids have nothing to do with our kids and everything to do with us. Like parents come to me and say, my kids don't listen. They're having tantrums. They're angry. They don't talk to me. They don't get off their PlayStation. They eat too much junk, like all the things. And if there wasn't something deep inside of you that was impacted by that, it wouldn't trigger you. Like, you could be a parent who plays video games yourself all day and you love video games. So your kid playing video games, you're like, cool, they're going to become a video game designer. That's not going to bother you. So if there's something triggering you about your child, that's like, it's a message like to really lean in and figure out what's going on inside of you.
Wow. Yeah. And that's where it can become like what you just said is the best parenting and just the best advice possible. It's the one people don't want to hear, right? To like look in the mirror, but that is so true. And really, I mean, this little human makes me want to be the best human I can be.
Yeah.
What a gift. Oh my gosh. And then the evolved brain. So your podcast is going to be coming out soon in May 2026 called The Evolved Brain. And your theory, very quick, tell everybody your theory on the ADHD brain. The neurospicy brain.
Yeah. So, I mean, for so many years, kids with ADHD have been taught to, sit down, be quiet, put your hand up when it's your turn, like stay in your spot, stop moving around, be quiet, like all the things. And when you think about the world we're in right now, that is full of technology and AI, and what we really need are people who think outside of the box, who think differently, who are not afraid to take a risk, who are very in tune with their emotions. A huge part of ADHD is the emotions that go with it. And we're often teaching our kids to control those emotions, but what if we teach them how to feel the emotions and learn and grow from those emotions? Like these are actually, if you're raising a child with ADHD, this is fantastic because this is what we need for this new generation. We need those creative, out of the box thinkers who are brave and take risks. So all these things that have been considered traits that are challenges or deficits, they're actually a design. And so this is the design we need moving into the future. And their design is here to evolve us.
Preach. Yes. Okay. I've never, the first time I heard you say this, I was in tears. I was like, Lara, this is it. This is your message. This is what I need you to go teach at Harvard. I need you to all over the world, bring this to companies, bring this to organizations, because it is so true, right? Our schools, our system is set up for a kid to be totally go against the way of learning anyway, right? Like sit still. That's not how our brain most learns. And then you have these kids who are an idea a second. We say, oh, they can't focus, but really it's just that they're so creative. They're picking up on everything in the environment. And if we think about the jobs of today didn't even exist as 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like when there was no TikTok, or like, who would have known you would need I don't even know what. Another mom at drop off today told me she's a something X designer. I was like, I don't know what that means. You know, I'm like, I'm a life coach. So, it's like, we need these kids with these brains. We need this creativity. The world is moving that fast. And it's really that we need to update our systems to match.
That's right. That's right.
This is so, I mean, like, this is a huge other topic on its own. This is so big. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you're all going to want to like stay tuned in May. The Evolve Brain is coming. I cannot wait for it. So good. If you have a school district, obviously you're going to want to bring Lara in. You have a company. Most of the people at that company, their parents, they definitely, you're all going to want to like bring her in. And we didn't get into this, but Lara was diagnosed as an adult diagnosis of ADHD. And so, really for a workforce, this is so important. Okay. There's so much here to talk about. Okay. So Lara, one thing I like to do at the end of my podcast interviews is a quick round. So simple yes or no. You don't have to get into the story unless you want to. Okay.
Okay.
Parenting with rules, yes or no?
No.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to bring her back. Okay, you can get into the
boundaries,
story.
but not rules.
Okay, thank you for breaking that. That was
even though I just said that I have the rules about the slide and the rules.
We're constantly learning about, but that was you when you early. That was you before you were a parent. That was you before you went through your own transformation.
That's true. Although that still is a good safety rule.
Yeah, well, it's a boundary to create safety. I think that's a really, really well said. Okay. Screen time.
Yes or no? Yes.
Unlimited screen time.
Oh, unlimited? No. But yes, we want them to learn the AI tools.
Right, that's true. Being on our phones around our kids.
It has to be a yes or a no. Not like, I feel like all my answers are muddy. I do like to intentionally put down any form of anything. Like if I'm watching TV and my kids walk in the room, I pause it. Like they're more important than whatever's. Yeah. And also I work on my phone. So if it's during work hours or.
Yes. I try to tell Shay that all the time because I don't want him. I mean, I watch all these videos that I'm on my phone watching videos about how as a parent, I'm not supposed to be on my phone. Right. And like, I work on there. I'm writing a post. I'm, that kind of a thing. So, and you're helping me see. So obviously Yes Woman is new. It used to be Purpose Girl podcast. And it was like a quick round and it wasn't a yes, no. So I'm trying this yes, no thing.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm not sure if it really works. So maybe it's not really working. So I'll just switch instead of yes, no. A must read book for everybody out there.
Oh, I just read for the second time Spiritual Smackdown by Jacqueline Shaw.
Oh, okay. Second time.
That was really the first thing that came to my mind. So
there you go. Best parenting advice you ever got?
That I've ever gotten? My mother used to always tell me, just go for a walk to the lake.
Just go for a walk.
Go for a walk.
Go for a walk. I love it. What's something you love doing with your children?
I love watching them play soccer and I love playing games with them and I love talking with them. I love like driving them. Honestly, like sometimes I'll spend 10 to 15 hours a week Uber driving them. And instead of it being like, I have to drive my kids, it's like, I get to be in the cart with my kid and talk to them. Like,
I mean, as they're teenagers, that's like the time to talk, right?
Yeah.
Is in the car.
Yeah.
What is the worst parenting advice that's out there?
I think anything that's along the lines of like fixing your kid, fixing the behavior. I remember a nurse once told me like, you need to take your kids to the psychiatric ward, like the emergency ward in the hospital, and you better get a handle on things right now, because if you don't, things are only going to get worse.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like,
And that's stayed with
really?
you forever.
Really? They're only going to get worse. That's so
Yeah.
not true. My children are freaking incredible human beings. They are
Oh,
kind, they are creative, they are thoughtful, they are like interested in the world, they're dedicated, they're like pursuing their passions, they're fun to be with, they're athletic. There's nothing wrong with my children.
dear nurse, you were wrong. Thank you.
Yes.
Goodbye. Okay, last question, right?
Mm.
What's one thing you want every mom to know?
You are the perfect mama for your child. And take good care of yourself.
So beautiful. Thank you, sister, so much. I'm so grateful you came into my life. I'm so grateful for this beautiful relationship we have, which is so much more than coach client both ways. You are my soul sister. We've been together for lifetimes and generations. You are my friend. I'm inspired and in awe of you every day.
Likewise, Queen.
Thank you, my love. So I know everybody's going to want to find you. Where do they find you online?
My website's the ADHD Village. I've got a lovely little downloadable thing you can get on the website. It's the secrets that every child needs for a successful start to the school day. Instagram, the
That's not what
ADHD
she's
Village.
what she's telling you. Wait, real quick. What she's telling you is that she's giving you a free gift.
Yes.
Which is, say it again.
It's the secrets every child must know for a successful start to their school day. So it's habits, actually healthy habits that are great for everybody. But if you help your child to do these, like, it really sets them up for their school day.
Amazing.
And then on Instagram, the ADHD Village. Facebook, it's Lara Dawn. And I have a Facebook group, the ADHD Village,
with thousands of parents in there. You're going to want to be part of it, because Lara also does challenges occasionally. She did an amazing, I can't remember if it was 12-day thing around the holidays or 21-day thing around the holidays. She'll do different master classes. So she does summits where she's got tons of speakers who come on and teach you everything you need to know about parenting. So you definitely going to want to be tuned in to Lara. Lara, thank you for coming on Yes Woman. You are a yes woman, and it's been such a joy and a privilege to witness your transformation. I mean, if you're listening to this, you can't even see her, but she is showing up. She's got this red thing like off the shoulder. She's got her red lipstick. Not that she had to wear that, but she wanted to be on brand for my podcast, which is so sweet. And your hair is so flowy, and I just love seeing you own who you are. It's just so freaking beautiful. So thank you to everyone out there. Thank you for listening to Yes Woman. If you love this episode as much as we love doing it, leave your 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. If you're on YouTube, hit subscribe. Wherever you are, hit download every episode. That's how more women find this and become the unapologetic, fully lit up, fully alive woman who creates the life of her dreams. And that's what we want for everyone. We change the world one woman at a time. With that, my love, may you live purposefully. May you say yes to yourself, and may you love your life. Bye for now.